Hi, boys and girls. How we doing today? Anyway, oh yeah, Mom. If you've seen this video, this is the wrong video. Go on Cloud. You'll see my video that I did on Wednesday, or the show I did on Wednesday. This is not the show. This is something different, and I'm going to be doing that. So I love you, Mom. Just it's okay. You go on Zoom, I think, and that's where you get the show. But this is just me. So love you, Mom. Anyway, my mom's still trying to get used to the whole internet thing. Plus, she had eye surgery, so you have to forgive her. But anyway, I like to talk about the difference between doing comedy online versus doing stand-up live. And I have about 9 things actually, about the difference between doing comedy on internet and doing comedy on stand-up. And the one thing that I've noticed when you're doing internet is that you're the only act. This is you. If I'm doing a video, you see me and nothing but me. When you're doing stand-up on stage, you're going to be between acts. You're going to be between other comedians, or if you do talent shows like I have, you're probably going to be between musicians and other things such as like the 4-year-old brat that will sing a Let Go from Frozen, or like the white rapper from the trailer park nearby, MC Wonderbread, or like and you can't compete against these people, the acrobats, these young female acrobats that wear these tight bodysuits, and they have stars in those bodysuits, and you can see their Mars Volta. But anyway, but that's the thing about like that, is that you're not alone when you're on stage, but when you're on the internet, you're alone, and that makes you feel more comfortable. So that's the first thing. So number one, you're an entire act when you do internet, and on stand-up, you're not the only one. You're between acts. But number two is you can do this as long as you want on the internet. Usually I limit myself between 5 and 10 minutes. There's no time limit. I try to keep it at 5 because I'm trying to be professional. But on stage, you got 5 minutes. If you're lucky, maybe 10. And then you got the dread white light of death. And if you're not used to being on stage and seeing the dread, what the white light of death is that when you see the light, that means you got 1 minute to finish up your routine. 1 minute. Right now it's 3:01 on my timer, so I have like about at least 2 to 3 minutes to like finish up my act. But if I have the white light of death on stage, you're like, my name is Elmer J. Fudd. I own a mansion and a yacht. Thank you. You've been great. That sort of thing. So that's the thing. It's time limit. You don't really have a time limit on the internet, but you do have a time limit when you go on stage. And that's number two. Number three is you can dress whatever you want. You can be naked on it if you want to do comedy on the internet. You can be naked if you want to, but that's Pornhub. And that's a high place for comedy, but not for the kids. But you can. Right now, I'm not wearing shoes. I mean, I'm very relaxed. I'm wearing casual clothes. Now, while I'm on stage, I normally wear dark clothes because I want to do the punk rock thing. Except I want to come out as the Dead Kennedys and not Blink-182. But I want that punk vibe in there. And when you go on stage, you have to dress close to your persona as much as you can. Mash your comedy. So my comedy's kind of dark anyway, so hence the dark clothes. But when you're online like this, I mean, I can wear a dress if I want to. But that'll be a whole nother comedy. So that's the thing. So number three is that you can dress as much as you want to, if you want to, online. And three, you have to dress according to like your stage persona and your personality. And also, you gotta wear clothes on stage. That only makes sense, unless you're a stripper. But 4 is fun. Number 4 is no hecklers. People are not going to judge you, or they're not gonna, unless you put your comments on YouTube videos, because I have YouTube videos I have comments on, and you can handle that. But when you're on stage, especially when you start coming out, you can't say, well, screw you on stage. You have to go in that, and you have to, like, develop that. And that's why I try to do as many family shows as I can, because there are not many hecklers in family shows. And also my comedy is fairly clean anyway, so I try to stick with, like, again, with mixed acts, with musical acts and everything else, because it balances everything. And plus, when you do family shows, you have to deal with hecklers. So that's number 4. So no hecklers for internet. Down live, you do face hecklers, and that's very tough to get out of. But number 5 is, if I bomb, and I already did this twice, this is my 3rd recording of this particular video, I can re-record if I want to. When you're on stage, you only got that one shot, and you better do your best damn material in that 5 minutes of time. Even with the dreaded white light of death, you have to do that. So that's another thing. So I forgot what I was going to... Yeah, so there's a wall. When you're doing live comedy, you have a wall. And everybody has a wall. It's like you stumble on your material, people look at you, and just right now, I hit a wall. But I just got my handy-dandy cue cards, and it's fine. And what I did was on Wednesday, I did hit a wall, but I try to make the comedy in my act, because I actually have a disability where I can't remember stuff, so I have to have stuff like that. So if they get used to me, it's cool. But I gotta make little cue cards for hecklers. But anyway, so that's the thing, is that there's no wall, or you can redo your comedy when you bomb online, versus doing when you're on stage, you hit a wall. But number 6 is that you can relax, you can take your time, your own element. I'm in my room. Actually, our room is like, I have like all kinds of really cool, like, tribal stuff, because I like to be tribal in bed. But when you're doing live, you're in the jungle. You're not in your element. You're not in your comfort home in front of a camera. Now here, I'm in comfort of my home in front of a camera. And that's so you're more relaxed. Number 6, more relaxed when you're online, and you're not as relaxed when you're on stage. And you hit a wall. Number 7, video is useful. You can use this as an audition tape. So if anybody's watching, and I can even do schools, because sometimes my comedy does pertain growing up with Asperger's, so I can use that as a tool for, like, if schools want to hire me or whatever. But videos could be useful for that. Whereas, like, 7, if you're lucky and you're going on stage, somebody can record you and say, you're the worst comedian ever, and I'm going to put it on YouTube. And that's the thing, is that you don't really have much opportunities to, like, be on video. And if it is, that's good. I mean, when I did my show Wednesday, it was saved on video. But they're probably going to look at the whole thing and they're looking at you. But if you want to do an edition tape, since you're alone, if you want to, like, send it to somebody, you can. So that's the advantage of that. So video is useful, whereas video is rare when you go on stage, whereas video is very useful when you're on the internet. Also, I just want to sneak this in, is that also you don't even have to do video. You can just write jokes. Just write them out on the internet. And I do a lot on Facebook. So that's also useful. But you can't do that on stage, obviously. Fan base, I have a decent fan base. And this is number 8. Fan base, I guarantee you about 20 to 40 people will watch this on Facebook and like it. And I'll probably have, like, a fan base, growing fan base. And it'll probably be steady. I'm not asking for much. But when you're on stage, you gotta look at who's laughing at your joke. And you have to concentrate on that crowd of people who's laughing at your joke, because that's what you want to build, how you build your fan base. So that's tough. So, and I knew this was going to be a little over, but please bear with me. But number 9 is like, you can do this for free. Actually, this is, I have the computer, I bought the computer, so I can make all kinds of videos on here, and I can do it for free. But on stage, 3 words, 2 drink minimum. Even if you want the performers, sometimes you have to like put in a fee, or make a donation. And I'm very happy to like do that. But like I said, comedy isn't free when you're trying to do stuff on stage. And also you gotta like dress up, so you have to buy a wardrobe. You have to do this, and also a few places have their little things, but that's the thing. Comedy isn't free when you're doing it on stage, really. When you do it online, it's free. So that's what I got. And I'm sorry it's a little longer, but like I said, this is more of a routine. I just wanted to show the difference between. I just want to show the difference between what you can do online and what you can do on stage. And notice this. And the thing is that between the two, I've been doing this, and I've been doing stuff like this I've been doing like comedy on the internet for 20 years. Either writing stuff down or speaking it. Whereas like I only been on stage like 6 times. And you're gonna see a lot of people, because of COVID, you're gonna see a lot of people do shows online. A lot of people online. So I want you to understand that if you're used to this, keep on sticking with this. But if you want to go on stage, just remember what you have to do on stage. And it's not easy, but if you get an knack with doing it, you'll be fine. And just have fun doing it. Have fun doing either one. But anyway, I knew this video was going to be long, but I want you to, like I said, this is more of a teaching thing than it is an actual like comedy act. So I want you people to understand that. But and yeah, I did like share the same stage with the white rapper. That was pretty interesting. And I was the one being intentionally funny, but I hope you don't see this and beat me up. But anyway, I'll talk to you later, boys and girls. All right, sayonara.